Hello and welcome back to the EDITRON YouTube channel. We are back here with Doctor Who Season 2, Episode 3, The Well. Sorry about the delay for this video. I was out all day yesterday. This is the Sunday after the episode has come out. I was in London all day yesterday for the FA Cup semi-final between Crystal Palace and Aston Villa. Some of you probably don't care about that, and some of you probably do. It was a fun day out, really great day out, because Palace won, and that's my father's team. It was a great bonding experience. Happy, good mood. I'm happy for them. I tried to avoid this episode as much as I can. So this, I pretty much have not seen any clips other than probably one, and that was only I kind of know what the scene was. So far, I have been feeling so far that this episode is kind of just the same as last season, but I didn't hate last season completely. These episodes, I just don't think are close to being anywhere near my favourites, and that's okay for the most part. I think I've soured on episode 1 a bit more as I've thought about it since it's been like 2 weeks now. Last week, Lux is obviously an episode that was very well received. I thought it was okay at best, but stuff like I think the fan scene, I think on rewatching it and just thinking about it in context of the episode, it's a very much a scene that halts the entire episode, when I'd rather that time be dedicated for the episode Lux, the Doctor, Belinda and the Doctor's interactions and stuff, to actually make the selling point of them being more trusted together make sense. But so as an episode, I think lower of the episode than compared to probably everybody else, and that's okay. But today we are here with episode 3, The Well. After this, we are nearly halfway done with all stories, because the 7 and 8 will be a 2-parter, and then we will only have 3 episodes left. And next week is a Doctor Light episode as well. I know that. Lucky day. So that's going to be interesting. But today we are here to watch The Well, and it is a episode with a lot of anticipation for a very specific reason. But now, without further ado, let's watch The Well. Still trying to get home. We're starting right off after Lux, which is quite interesting.
My parents are back home. And if this is Friday, then they go to this bar with their mates, and my dad sings, and everyone laughs. Is that still happening, Doctor? Are they safe?
I hope so.
You can't promise.
Look at me. I can. I will. I do.
Again, this era with Ncuti is like, he's doing a great job. He is showing that he is a good Doctor. You just want the scripts to be better for him.
I mean human beings. Is there still a human race in 500,000 years?
There is always a human race.
Yeah, there is.
You, voyage
Even
out there,
in like year 5 trillion.
at last. Come on!
Oh my god, they're playing Toxic. Which is funny because, oh no, what do they play in episode 2? That was also a Britney Spears track.
Don't mind, my name is the Doctor, this is Belinda.
They've just walked right in.
Really?
Like if they were 2 helmets. Are they also wearing the exact same thing, funny enough? Well, that's a card open. Bit of a weird one. Very rushed. Like we're already like straight into the episode. I really like this opening. I just wish a lot of the episodes was ones I enjoyed to go along with it. I still think Wild Blue Yonder is the best episode of this era so far, quite easily. That was the Doctor's theme. I know you, Murray. I have a key ear for those kinds of tunes. Do 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 do. Now, who the fuck are you? Because you're not part of our crew.
My name is the Doctor. This is Nurse Belinda Chandra. Who's your commanding officer back at base?
Squadron Leader Chinchapa.
Well, I'm higher than Chinchapa, see?
Apologies. I am Platoon Leader.
Use that more, Doctor. You should use that more.
What's the point?
Oh, this is a test.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, how do you
This
do
is
that?
planet 6767, and the atmosphere is charged with galvanic radiation. It would strip the engines bare. Ship needs to slide down at retrograde velocity.
We've got 5 hours. Can we breathe for 5 hours?
You can breathe in that suit for 5 months.
Oh, well, that's good.
Correct answer. Good.
The jokes you can get with the psychic paper are always just so fun.
We can't scan for heartbeats because of the radiation, so there's still hope.
Hope is irrelevant.
Wow.
Troopers!
How very sour,
Advance.
bringing down the mood like that. There's always hope. When there's tears, there's hope. Something very, very bad happened here. This is the sort of episode, in terms of how it's been set up, is what I want. This is the episodes I'm into. Why did they break all the mirrors? I will say there's a lot of cuts, and it's like
Half of them have been shot. Half of them
it
have
doesn't
been
feel
shot.
like the geography is like that
What sort of fight
intact,
is that?
which is a bit annoying.
Single heartbeat. Inside that room. Could be a survivor.
Could be the killer.
It could be both.
There is just something about the dialogue that never feels quite right with this era. It doesn't feel as crisp as like Russell used to be. Hello. Probably would have heard us come in.
That's how I shot her. I did it, but she was gonna kill me.
You, do not move. Eyes on me at all times. Do you understand?
That's actually quite good.
Yes.
That's actually very useful, that little device.
Who are you?
My name is Alice Bentley, and I just.
Doctor probably should have kept that on, actually,
Confirmed
then.
on the manifest. Alice Pabber Fenley, 28, citizen of Montpellier.
probably quite
one
useful.
daughter, Paladin.
I need you to keep everything audible. No private conversations.
Okay, gotcha. It doesn't matter the year. Signing still makes some people paranoid.
Alright, there you go.
There's not even cooking. I just open a flat pack protein and add some salt. And that's what I do every single day.
If that's all they did, why would they hire a cook for that? Surely that's like stuff that would be like automated.
That's against the law.
Oh.
Well, we have different laws. But you're right. It should be the law.
On your own.
Should it be the law? I don't think it should be the law. If you
What happened? Do you know?
you should be trained. You should be probably trained to do it.
Was there...
So we just abandoned on protocol. Is that it, man?
But she doesn't look like she could break the necks of half the crew.
You hope. And hope is irrelevant.
Okay.
Again,
Doctor,
is
we
that
need
all
to
you
get to
are?
central
I hope you're
control.
not
Stay
just
here
that
if you
one,
want.
another
Oh,
one-dimensional
I got you.
character
I won't be
who's just
long.
like, hope is
Let
for
me just go
fucking
get-
pussies.
Well, be careful of her.
I can still let breathe.
Yeah, if she can speak, she probably is.
Any sign of
At some
trouble,
point, you could be good at
shoot
lip
to kill.
reading. Something is inside her. Maybe something is possessing her in some way. I don't know why I'm talking like this.
No bodies.
Yeah, no bodies in place,
Maybe they
in
ran from
plain
this
sight.
place first.
That was the Ben 10 watch activation noise. Hello? Hello, hello, hello.
So in this century, Lombardo's a joint foundation with planet Earth. Belinda's from Earth.
What?
Planet Earth.
Never heard of him.
But Earth is part of the foundation right now. That's a fact.
Your tests are very strange. Now, see if you can revive the baseline.
Oh, because Earth is gone, it doesn't exist.
It's bad luck.
Like, at all, because of what happened. Sorry.
Because you were a squad of 11 and
That's
we
just a
made it
hint for the finale.
You both say funny things. What does that mean?
But that is strange, though. If Earth doesn't
13
exist, like,
is our lucky
foundationally,
little
that's got to be
Earth thing.
very significant to the rest of the universe. Even, like, 300 million years in the future.
Have you ever heard of
Jesus. That was a loud noise. Well, you saw something. You should probably say what you saw. You saw a black figure just behind her.
I want to go home.
You said that quite often. You said that a lot.
Is it ready?
I think she's possessed.
I never heard of you.
Never heard of you. Unless that's meant to be a hint, or literally just... Oh, just a hint for the finale.
Troop leader, does this doctor have authority over me?
Right now he does, yes.
I mean, yeah. No, but yes, from his psychic
Still
paper.
He's the expert. And he said to me that everyone...
Yep, something is in her. Something is possessing her. Probably hiding.
What did she do?
No, she didn't do anything. I'm stupid. There's nothing there.
You keep saying that.
Yeah, but that's twice now.
You've said that
What did you
twice.
see?
You say what you
Tell me what
saw.
you're saying.
Why are you delaying? You need to say what you saw.
What did it look like?
No, you
But
got...
it didn't.
What do you mean it
It's an empty
didn't?
room. There's
Say
no
what
one
you
there.
saw.
You thought
You
you
saw
saw
a
a person.
black figure.
I didn't, did I?
Why do you keep saying that?
I've got this dirty.
All the same.
But why is she only seeing it? So we'll just keep it calm, everyone. Keep it nice and sensible.
What?
Did you see something?
Nothing.
Did you see something?
It's something innate in them that is telling them that they didn't see anything.
It's a great big empty room. There can't be anything, can there?
Again, the dialogue always the dialogue just feels weird. It doesn't feel... I don't want to say human because obviously in the context there is no human race at the moment, but it
Alice?
doesn't feel right.
And I've seen it before. This is how it started. This is how I ended up killing my friend before she killed me. There is absolutely nothing behind me. There's nothing there.
So there's something latched onto her,
Okay.
and if everyone wanted to kill her because of it, is that why everyone broke mirrors? Because they were attached to people, and then they broke the mirrors, like, make it stop in their mind?
Oh, my old head. This planet is flooded with galvanic radiation. Where does it come from?
Sun, but it's just a grey star now, nothing special.
A grey star is a star that's collapsed. What was it before?
It was an exotic star, but that's ancient history, 400,000 years ago.
When you say carbon,
Carbon 46.
and the definition of that is?
Diamonds. This is a diamond mine. The entire surface of this planet was once made out of diamond.
What is this planet called?
6767.
The old name. 400,000 years ago, what was the planet called?
It was called Midnight.
Midnight.
I've been here before.
I didn't need that, Russell. I'm smarter than that. Oh boy.
Did you do this?
Just try and stay calm.
I did not take orders from you. Did you kill her?
No!
Then who did?
That is something that is different.
Something behind it came out the well. And they said it was laughing. Now it's behind me. Just look.
Permission to override the orders of this civilian mom.
Permission not given.
Hannah was my friend.
Permission not given. Now listen to the doctor.
No. You die at midnight.
Oh.
If something is standing behind, then why don't we get rid of you?
Because if you kill me,
It comes out.
it hides behind your back and it stays there forever.
Cassio, step away.
That is something new though. That was
Cassio,
not a
that's an
thing
order.
in Midnight.
And I met something. I had no face, no name. I had never been so scared in my life. It played games.
Is that what
I think it
happened?
was learning.
Then I'm declaring a red code.
Oh, you can't do that.
This is exactly what a red code is for. Am I seconded? Yes, sir. Then it's done.
It just takes one person to second it? That seems like a very abusive system.
I think that we should all just calm down. And you will be silent or you will be shot.
What are you doing? If you go behind her, you are an absolute moron.
And if necessary, we will destroy it.
Trooper 2.
Also, people are behind
Yes, sir.
her. They should
You
be
volunteered to
dying.
engage.
See, because she's behind. He was behind, sorry. Stop moving, Alice. Alice, just stay still. Jesus. Why would you do that? I mean, yes, he was a terrible person, but you just actively killed him indirectly. That was
I had to.
fucking hell, love. I'm really surprised that Russell went for this whole different thing
What do we
with
do?
the Midnight Entity.
Don't turn your back on me. Please don't turn back at me.
Very apt choice of words.
I'm now addressing the thing behind Alice Fenley.
And you're gonna take it on again?
Maybe that's how you survived. You can't hear it.
Oh, okay.
It knows my name.
Because it went into... Oh, wow. It knows his fucking name. Wow. This is why Shooty shouldn't have cried as much as he had. Because this moment is really impactful. Because he's fucking giving it everything.
The way out. Oh, and I'm an idiot! Because I forgot what type of mine this is. Oh, everybody get ready to run. And I mean, run!
Why?
And now, I am talking to that thing behind Alice Fenley, you stone-cold murderer. This mine operates a line drop of Mercury 16.
It's going to reflect it.
It broke all the mirrors.
It'll see itself.
What will it do to me?
No. Okay. This is a bit of a weird way to conclude the episode.
Troopers 7 and 9, you go first. Get Alice.
Has it gone behind someone?
That looks clear.
I am sorry. I'm sorry. But we are not going anywhere.
It's behind Belinda. That's where it is. It's behind Belinda.
I don't think it's me.
No.
No, but Belinda, it might not be.
No.
Stand behind me.
Doctor.
I promised that I would keep you safe. And I am telling that thing behind you, whatever you are, set her free.
Is the torso constructed the same? And a shot fired 3 millimeters above the superior vena cava of the heart could mean death.
But it'll go to you.
This is my job.
Come on, Belinda. She's about to jump through the mine shaft.
I've got you. I've got you, Belle.
My heart.
It's fine.
I wish this was a two-parter. If this was two parts, I think this would have been a really effective story. I think the fact this is one episode hurts this part a lot, because you could have built up her as a character a lot, and subsequently, and a lot of the others. This is very much an episode that could have been like a Silence in the Library / Satan Pit two-parter.
We thought he was sent by you. He's got this sort of cargo.
Hello,
on the
Mrs.
ship, a bit
Flood.
tall.
I've got to write the report and I couldn't even begin to tell you what happened.
What? Nothing.
It was behind her.
What is it?
Oh, wow. Oh, boy. I'm not sure what to think. Because I think this episode suffers a lot from, I think more than anything, because this episode has such a decent, like, in terms of how it's structured and, like, the idea of it, and what Russell wanted to do. I think this episode suffers from it being one episode quite heavily. It's an episode I think had to be two-part. This is not a one-part. This is 45 minutes is not enough time to tell the story that Russell wanted to tell. This, I think everything up until around about 20 minutes, I feel like there's so much you could have done with the characters involved, because there again, this episode felt like episode 1. It had a lot of caricatures. You had the guy who was just hated the Doctor, was like very protocol and all that kind of stuff, and it just felt very one-dimensional from a lot of the characters around them. Obviously, you had the captain, who I felt was probably a bit more two-dimensional. But the fact that it was one part, you couldn't like have the Doctor and her have real good conversations, her and Belinda. It felt, yeah, this is an episode that I just think needed another episode of, and you can do this episode over 2 parts. You can, and that's what's bugging me about this episode. It's an episode that is about such a big. This is an episode about my second favorite episode of Doctor Who of all time, just behind the Waters of Mars. So this is a very, very particular concept that I think was handled in a way that I didn't expect. The whole midnight thing, I wouldn't have expected the Doctor to take from that the midnight entity was playing games in midnight. It was very clearly trying to learn about humans on midnight, and I think Russell missed a big opportunity to have. It'd be argued he'd be just doing that, rehashing things, but I'm very surprised he didn't have repeating words again, or something like that, or have some sort of possession. That's what I would have thought. Because if you're bringing back the midnight entity, you would want to. What can you do in a way? Like, I guess, I'm not sure. The midnight entity only killing people if they stand directly behind them, as if it's like midnight on a clock, is an idea that I think sounds cool, but I think on execution, it's the things we know about the midnight entity, it feels strange for that to be like the sort of next level of what they do. I wouldn't have expected that. I would have expected possession like it was in Midnight. And I would have expected a conversation between the two. You don't have to reveal everything about it, because I think what this episode did, we still don't know pretty much anything about it. We just know it's a thing that loves killing and loves playing games, is what the Doctor concluded. I'm very surprised Russell didn't have a conversation between the midnight entity and the Doctor. I thought Belinda was decent in this episode. I thought she was very, like, I think the issue with Belinda is that because again, like last season, because this season's gonna be so short, we're gonna have very little character stuff with her. Like, she talks about her family with the Doctor beginning episode, but she could have talked about it with like the other characters in this room if this was a 2-parter, talking about how she misses home, and like this is something that she never thought she'd be in, this kind of situation. But then because she's actually trying to be a nurse and a doctor in this way, that's where there was a little bit of that, but it wasn't like massive. Like, she feels like in this situation where she feels hopeless, she can actually put her effort towards something she knows what to do, is, being a nurse, helping people, and having those conversations with the characters that are in this episode. Like, there's so many characters in this episode when you actually look at how many people are in it, and I knew like 3 of them. I knew 3 of the characters that were in this episode, but I don't even remember all their names because it was so. The characters aren't that interesting, and I think that is the. And when you look at something like Midnight from series 4, I knew all those characters. I don't remember their names off by heart because it's been a while since I watched the episode, but I know all those characters. I know everything about them and what kind of people they are. They're infinitely superior as characters to everybody here, and that's the sort of thing that's holding this episode back for me. I think the setup and the direction, and I think the music, having elements from that episode, having music cues from that episode, is a smart thing to do, because it's in tone of what, it's the Midnight Entity. It's the same thing from that story. I just think also a lot of the editing was very strange, and the beginning episode choreography, like the geography of like the beginning of the episode was very strange when they were going room to room. It just felt a bit off. And again, the dialogue in this episode feels, I don't know, if it feels strange. And this was written by 2 people. It wasn't written just by Russell. This was 2 writers. So the dialogue feeling a little bit still not natural for some characters. The most natural was probably when the midnight was revealed. The fact this planet was called Midnight. That was probably the most natural part about it, and like everything on the TARDIS. Yeah, it's very strange. I thought the direction again was great. For the acting from everybody who was like a main character was good. I thought Shooty was great in this episode, and it's the one time where him crying makes sense because he did that in Midnight, but he was like fighting it. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know how to feel about this episode. Because it feels like if you're going to do a sequel to Midnight, this is a strange one to do. With everything we know about the Midnight entity from Series 4. That's what's wrapping around my brain. I find that very peculiar. This is a weird one. This really is a weird one. Because I want to like it. I think there's a lot of stuff to really like about this episode. This feels the most like Doctor Who to me of what I want to watch in quite a while. A lot of these episodes in this era, they felt very not Doctor Who to me. This feels the most Doctor Who, but feeling is a lot. It's just it's a very subjective thing. Actually talking about how the actual quality of the episode. I'm not sure. Do I love it? At this point in time, no. Because I think this episode suffers from the runtime. It needed another episode. I think that's very clear that this episode needed a two-parter with it. Like, it feels like you could have done this episode a lot like Silence in the Library, because that episode is very much in one room for a lot of it. But what's interesting about it is the threat, learning about it, and it's a simple thing, shadows, and also the added element of River Song and all the characters around the Doctor, who are somewhat interesting. But obviously River Song is the big figurehead of like intrigue of that episode. This story needed that kind of thing. And it didn't, especially with the amount of people in this episode. So many nameless guys and women, like, just in this episode that I don't care about. Even the characters that was talking. The only one I kind of cared about was the captain, but she's kind of two-dimensional. It's not super in-depth. But what I find very interesting is how that ending is so bleak, because she died for nothing. She wasn't possessed. It was the other one. She was possessed because the person on the ship looked behind her. So they're heading back, and it's escaped. It's actually made itself off the planet. So is Russell going to do another story next season with it? I don't think so. But again, that's just, it's a really bleak ending. Yeah. Oh, what a weird episode. Very strange. Rating. I don't know how to rate this. I really don't. I'm giving it a question mark out of 10. Because I really don't know how to feel about this episode. Because the runtime, I think, really screws with the episode of how the slow build was building to like a big thing, and then it being like they're stuck in the base for the episode. But it feels like the ending is quite rushed. I don't know. It's a very rushed ending. So I guess I probably would give it a 6, because I don't love it, but I think there's stuff to like about it. It feels the most like Doctor Who to me in a while, but the ending is so rushed to get out of the plot and the story. Yeah, that's sort of how I feel about it. Well, that was The Well. It's a strange one. It is a strange one. But next week will be Lucky Day, which will be a Dr. Light episode. The return of Ruby Sunday with her boyfriend, from what it seems from the Next Time trailer. Yeah. So hopefully that's a good one, because that's going to be involving UNIT, and they've been very strange in this era, which is surprising. I thought Russell would actually do UNIT quite well, and I've been surprisingly wrong about that. They've been quite mixed. But yeah, Hope you enjoyed this reaction. Very strange one. Don't know how to feel about it. But, hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time for episode 4 of season 2 of Doctor Who. Catch you later.